Right, welcome back to a
We are
very special
live.
episode of Inside the Process podcast. We have got the first guest on the channel, which is very, very exciting, and most likely going to get some cool guests who are friends of ours as well, which is good. And I feel like it will be leading to some very interesting conversations. So, a very interesting first guest, Mr. Finley Thornton. Finley, would you like to introduce yourself? How would you describe yourself in 3 words? There's a question for you.
Oh no, you
First
put me
question.
on the spot. Can I use bodybuilder? Is that
Yeah.
a cheat?
Yeah, you can.
Bodybuilder, fitness enthusiast.
I would say classic would have to be you're a very classic human being. The
Yeah.
physique
Yeah.
that. So we'll obviously dive into that. We can t kind of touch on. We've got a few questions as well regarding kind of Finley's future prep as well. We can obviously dive into your prep last time as well, which was back in
Cool.
2023, I believe.
Cool.
Was
24.
that?
2024. Yeah, 24.
Yep. And that was as a teen, and then obviously you'll be competing as a teen next year as well, which is pretty fucking cool. Like doing 2 seasons as a teen, I think is very cool, and especially the amount of progress you've made is pretty fucking cool, which we'll obviously get into. So Finley is 19,
Yep. Yeah. 19.
19.
20.
So yeah, same year as Mr. Lois Agnew over here, which is very, very cool. So that is the introduction to our first guest, Mr. Finley, who's coached by Mr. Finn Kelly, Natural Physique.
Yeah. I think.
But obviously we've kind of had a little chat before this, but we tried to kind of save the main good bits for the podcast as much as possible. But how are you, Finley? Where are you right now as well? If you want to dive into that.
Well, first of all, I'm not bad, mate. Happy to be here. I'm actually very happy to be on the podcast. When I got the call, I was a bit shocked, to be fair.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
um,
They
when
call
I got
they call
the,
up.
well, I got the message from Lewis. And yeah, just really happy to be here. Happy to be the first guest. Pretty cool. But I'm currently i- in Loughborough Travel Lodge. So
Mm,
down here for the physique club. Got a couple of days off work, so I thought, why not? And yeah, just trying to make the best of a good gym. So
yeah.
that's
Where
me.
where would you rate the physique club in your gym rankings?
Ah. Um, I've not really been to enough gyms to make this like as good a ranking as possible,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's my top two, 100%.
Yeah. It is
Yeah,
very
I
good.
love that. Yeah, yeah,
Like I was saying to Finley before we started here, like I would absolutely love to train there on a regular basis. Like the kit's solid. Like it's not got like the best of the best, like so much kit, but like it's more than
the
enough to get the
atmosphere.
job done. It's just the atmosphere. Like it's so
Yeah,
cool.
that's what
Like
I was gonna say. The atmosphere makes that gym like
a hundred
100%.
percent.
Every time I've been, I've met somebody that I did not think I was gonna meet. You know, like you see
Yeah,
them
yeah,
online and
yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It
Cool.
is pretty cool. Like I actually like a smaller gym in a sense. I feel like it just brings the atmosphere up. Like JP is good, don't get me
The
wrong.
old
Like
unit. Oh,
yeah, the old unit was peak. Like see when it's that kind of smaller environment, I don't know what about it just makes it better,
yeah.
but the
It's
atmosphere
a
is just
community
better.
vibe, isn't it? It's cool.
Yeah, like I actually don't prefer like an open space gym. Like I know people like it's a bit more spacious, yeah, like the new unit in JP's, but like I
Mm.
just like that kind of enclosed space. Like it just has a
Yeah,
more
I
kind
agree.
of
It's like a wee cave.
yeah, literally. It's
Yeah.
like a little cave. So, yeah, what gym do you train at regularly? Because I know we obviously discussed that you travel down quite like when you have like days off work and stuff to the physique
Yeah.
club to train. But what gym do you train at regularly?
So I just train out of like my local gym, so Selby Gym, in
Yeah,
Selby.
yeah,
Funnily enough, great name, I know. But that's literally. I mean, there's a few gyms around me that I can train at. So there's an Ultraplex near me, Ultraplex York, and I've been to a few, but for the same reason that I like the physique club, I train at Selby Gym, so that community aspect.
yeah.
I just like the people there. I like training. It's somewhat hardcore, not really, but
Yeah, it
you know,
kind
it's
of
got the
looks like
ultimate.
as it looks like as like a kind of old school kind of vibe to it, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, it's very mismatchy equipment, and
yeah,
like I
yeah.
say,
I
the
actually,
community
sorry,
makes
I
it.
actually really like that. Like, see when the gyms, like when you go Ultraflex, it's all like red, clean kit.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But then when you go like a hardcore gym, every kit's just different. I actually kind of like that vibe.
yeah. It's all like Jim Leco Ultraflex, isn't it? Like Jim Leco, Atlantis,
Yeah,
few bits of Prime, but they're the main two, I think, depending on where you
yeah.
go.
To be fair,
Yeah,
Rotherham Ultraflex literally has fucking everything, mate. Like there's like everything and more. Like it's actually insane.
yeah, yeah.
Like it's pretty
They're
fucking
now
cool.
at the point where they're coming up with like new equipment, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like that.
yeah. It's pretty daft. But so yeah, Mr. Lewis Agnew as well. How are you today?
I'm absolutely great, mate. I'm absolutely great.
got legs later on, so yeah, just excited, mate.
Yeah, Monday
Seven.
legs. I'm unfortunately not got Monday legs in the split anymore, which is pretty
Mm.
goddamn sad. I've got upper today. But Finley, you're training as well right after this. What are you training?
Yeah, I'm training posterior today.
Posterior.
Um,
So what is your current split as well?
so current split is actually the split I've run like since I started working with Finn actually in June
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year. No changes to it really at all. So I run posterior Monday, pushing arms Tuesday, legs Wednesday, rest, upper, lower, and now arms, and then just rotate again.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just
but
gonna get you the your page up for the people. Let me share the screen so we can kind of dive into that. And we can kind of discuss it obviously why you've got that split in as well. Like obviously the kind
mm,
of areas that you're prioritizing, and
yeah,
obviously the progress that you have made from oh no, this is new. This is new to me. Having three people. How did I share my screen? Oh no. Oh, there
Yeah,
we go.
the progress since Finley stepped off the stage in
Yes.
2024 has been
Can you see this all
nothing
good?
short of ridiculous. Yeah.
All good. So
um, I can't see
this
anything because I'm on my phone, but I
all
can just
good. We're just showing the Finn's post on wrapping up the first push up.
cool.
Um, so this is what Finley is currently looking like. Which first of all, like me and Lewis were saying, like we would love to get you on because the amount of fucking progress you've made, mate, and like it is pretty wild to see. And obviously you're still a teen right now, which is goddamn cool. So this is obviously Finn, like you can't see, but this
Yeah,
is when you first started with Finn, and then this is you now.
right.
So how long have you been working with Finn?
So I started up in July, I think. So I did my first show in June 24. So I did that first time show. And I basically started up with Finn like 2 weeks after, just because I wasn't really happy with how I presented myself on stage.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, I basically just went from there, and I've just stuck with him ever since. Just stuck to the plan, done what he said,
sick.
and here
So
we are.
did you have a coach before Finn?
Um, I say coach very loosely. That's not like the best term for it, but I did, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
He kind of prepped me for like 2 or 3
yeah.
weeks leading into that show because that's as long as my prep was.
Fair enough.
Um, yeah,
So how many shows did you do in your 23 season?
three. So I did the first
Three.
time show, WNBF Supernaturals, and then the UK DFBA finals.
It's like, mate, like I'm looking at the WNBF shots now. Like, yeah, like you look fucking good, mate. Like considering you didn't have like, like a good off season before it. Like you didn't have the kind of correct
Yeah.
guidance. Like you still your hamstrings are still kind of almost kind of dug out. You fucking got lower back striations. Like you don't look out of place at all. Like you look fucking solid, mate. And what you took third place at the WNBF. I can see here.
Yeah, yeah, I took
They
third
took
at
they
both
took
of them.
ridiculous though. Well in
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
like
Presley.
yeah, like this was a very good team class, mate. Like very good team
Uh-huh.
class.
they're daft. Those two were actually fighting for first place for both of those. I think
Yeah.
it was a split decision, and it just went to Will both times, which is unfortunate
Yeah.
for Perez.
Mate,
I
they're
mean, it could have
like
gone another way. There were else.
the teen standard is just fucking insane, mate. Like there's always like at least one or two. Like especially this year when I was competing, you obviously had Will who fucking swept the floor. Like with literally all the shows that he did.
Yeah.
Was literally 1 point off winning a pro card against Gonzalez at the MBW. The Adam Pau's client, Spanish, I think it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 1 point off beating him for a pro card, mate. That
I didn't
is
know that. That's
yeah,
insane. I had
that
no idea.
that is insane, mate. And like he literally almost bet him, like which is
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. Which was very cool to see in person.
Mm.
To be honest with you. Then who else? We also had Ryan as well. Ryan.
Win
Yeah,
started
what
with
Yep,
starts with
yep.
W.
Working Hall is coming out with me.
Yeah, so he placed second at the teen class in the UKDFB, and then the day before it, he won the junior classic class, I think.
Yeah.
which which
Yeah,
kind of
I
which
saw that.
kind of which is kind of crazy. Like you're coming second in a teen class, but then you're winning a junior class. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of just
Yeah.
shows
Mm.
the teen standard. Like the teen standard is no joke. Like especially if you're a teen or you're in your younger years, etc. Even if you're a junior, like it just goes to show that you need to be given 100% because there's many other teens that are on their fucking shit and very kind of almost like mature for the age. When you're 17, 18, 19, you're learning a lot about the process. And I think it just goes to show how much progress you can make, especially at a young age. Kind of obviously, even if you're like living at home, etc., you're in uni, you're in school, you still can make a shit ton of progress, which is pretty cool to
Yeah.
see. So, diving into your training here, we're obviously discussing this before we started the pod as well. I've got the shoulder press
Yeah.
clip up as well. So you do love a smelling salt, don't you?
Yeah. Is this the one at the physique club? Is it
Yeah.
this
So
one?
that this would have been it's
That's not
Friday.
physical, that's Selby.
Sorry. It's not
Oh, sorry, sorry.
not the one at
That's
Physique Club. Yeah, all good.
right. Okay. I was gonna say because Lewis was at that one, and I got a few comments on
I'll
that
get that up. I'll get that
throwing it
up.
about. So yeah, but I do
This
use these
here.
salts a lot. Maybe too much to be fair. But,
Yeah, like I was actually saying to Finley as well like, before this, like I'm so fucking excited to just get back to getting strong. Like watching this come do this in the shoulder press, like that just makes me so excited to just get
Yeah,
strong,
mate.
get in and get after it. Like, and I think it just goes to show like just how simple it is to make progress. Get in, get strong, get fucking after it. Like I'm sure Finley's obviously accurate with training, but he doesn't really necessarily kind of focus on the little intricacies. Like he just gets in, he gets after it, and he enjoys getting after it. And look at the progress he's made. You know, it kind of speaks for itself. I think that's kind of a prime example of simply just nailing the basics down as well. So when it comes to so we obviously discussed your 2023 prep. Obviously, you've made a shit ton of progress as we can kind of see in these photos here. What is the plans for the future? Obviously, stepping on stage next year, coming back
yeah,
to the team,
yeah.
which is pretty exciting.
Um,
So, do you want to dive
That's
into
just been
that?
announced, by the way, here. That's the first place on any
yeah,
social
yeah.
media
This is
that's
the
been
first place
announced.
I've actually spoken about this. But I say that. Oh shit! Sorry, my phone.
Oh,
I'm
good, oh,
balancing on
good.
the monster down. I apologize.
No worries.
But yeah. So sorry, what was the question again? I got distracted.
What is the plans for next year?
Yeah. Sorry. So this actually only got brought up a few weeks back. Finn
Hmm.
actually brought it up to me because he didn't realize that I was still a teen for as long as I was, and it'd almost be a shame to watch that opportunity just be missed, really. They're just taking advantage of that. But the plan is to compete next year, um, do teens, so do a couple shows, the shows that I can anyway as a teen, and then when I'm no longer a teen, do junior classic, just trying to really rinse that while I can, and then just go through
Yeah.
another off season. I think
So
2028 in the timeline, but that's not for sure.
six. So you'll be a junior in 2028?
Yeah, yeah, junior.
I'll see you then, mate. 'Cause I'll be doing juniors in 2020 as well, which is pretty
Will
exciting.
you be
So
just going full classic then? Yeah. Like,
I
that's
don't
just your
know
goal.
actually. I do enjoy classic, but that is
Yeah.
literally all it is. Like I genuinely just enjoy classic, whether I'm classic or not. I do it anyway because it's
no,
cool.
I
Yeah.
mean you are very classic as well.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was
you
thinking.
you
Yeah.
you you suit the class like the ab and thigh especially like
Yeah,
that's
like what the fuck actually is that?
yeah like
Oh
that is a very cool
yeah,
shot,
that
mate.
that is my favorite shot. To be fair, I do love
Yeah,
that.
that is a
It's
very cool
fascinating as
shot.
well when I can actually pull a vacuum and not like 5 mils
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I love
But
that.
so next year you'll be doing a couple shows at teen, and then once you turn 20, you'll do a couple shows junior. Is that the plans?
Junior, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
plan.
it. That's very exciting. So about like 4 or 5 shows. Is that what you got planned or?
Yeah, 4 or 5. I don't
Yeah.
really want to go into. Actually, no, I can do it. So PCA 92,
Okay.
UKDFBA, part of England, that's the one. So I'll be doing that as a team. And then I think you can go to some shows off the back of that. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but you can do some. And then be some PCA 93, stuff like
Sick. Sick.
yeah.
So you and Lewis will be sharing the stage?
We will be sharing
Yes.
the stage, yeah.
I didn't know this until yesterday, but I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
because I haven't announced my shows. I've actually got the camera ready to make a video to announce the shows, but I've been working like a dog the past week. So yeah, I'm gonna get a chance to sit down, make a video today, and announce the shows for the Instagram. But we will be sharing that stage. The UK DFB Heart of England teens class. I will be doing first timers as well though. We are 174 days out
What, do you
from
have a
that
Listen,
show.
spot? How do you know that?
Yeah, it's on the board up there.
Oh, mate, fair play. That's
49 days till I
that's
start prep.
dedication. That. There you go.
mate,
Yeah.
that is very close, mate. That is very close.
Yeah.
When are you starting
Yep.
prep, Finley? Have you got that kind of planned out yet?
Not exactly.
Mm.
Sometime shortly after the new year. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm 26th of January.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's lining up to be a very, very good team class already. We've used to already, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm
there's
sure there'll
some pretty
be
staff teams doing it this year that I've seen. It's kind of
who
concerning.
who else are doing it.
There. Oh no, you put me on the spot now. I thought about this before the pod actually. But there's who is it?
I actually don't know.
No, there
Yeah,
is
Don't,
some really good people.
I'm
I'll
not
have a
too
think.
sure. Is Will Holmes, obviously Will Holmes is competing this year, but
oh, well, Holmes. That'll
Yes,
be
that was the
that.
main one. Who was he doing it? Whether he's doing our shows, I'm not sure.
yeah,
But
Yeah,
I don't know if he'll. I mean, realistically though, you could just see him being like a just do like the shows at the start of the season and just fucking right to the end as well. He's just
yeah,
that
yeah,
type of guy.
yeah.
yeah,
Like the thing
yeah.
is, like he
He's
just
got the muscle
has.
for it. Like he's still going to stand out regardless.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I mean
even if
he'll
he's
probably the
not,
best teen ever, I think.
Yeah, I think so
that's
too.
and
The ball
especially
won't
what if
take
yeah, like, especially he's coached by Reese will Reese will get him inside out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But even if he isn't inside out for like his first like two, three shows, whatever, if he's doing like early shows, like he'll probably still win just because of how he's literally he's literally an adult mate. Like, he's not a fucking teen. He's literally a men's. He could step into a men's class. I 100% believe
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah,
Like
he's
with
like
how
he's
much
not
he
like
has.
100 kilos in a.
Yeah, mate. I actually seen a reel yesterday pop up, and it was like someone like stitching it,
Reacting
and
to his
yeah, reacting
pendulum.
to yeah,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
which just shows how fucking stupid strong he is. Like people are
yeah.
doing reels on him, you know what I'm saying, which is absolutely insane. So
yeah.
that is very cool. Have you got any questions, Lewis, for Finley? You can want to dive into?
Um, I'll go with one of my own questions first.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
give
yeah.
one question. So obviously you stepped off stage in 2024 with no intentions, am I right in saying, of stepping back on stage till you were a junior?
Yeah. That's what I was doing 27.
Yeah. So basically how have you went about that and like like the next big goal is so far ahead. Like basically how have you stayed so like, I hate the term, but locked in towards your goals, obviously with your big goal being so, far in the future.
What do you mean? Like, how have I? Sorry, can you explain that? Sorry, you kind
Like
of lost it.
where has the drive came from? Obviously it's not it's obviously hard to have that with it being so far ahead in the future with
Oh, sorry, you
the
mean
return
just
to stage.
throughout my off season from 24, assuming that I were to do 27,
Yeah,
how my
yeah,
statement. Oh, okay, I'm with you. Honestly, just kind of focusing on the little stuff, like getting
yeah.
stronger. Just the focal points of different phases and
Uh-huh.
prioritizing, getting stronger. Just really trying to push things, food, everything. Obviously, Finn kind of manages the food side of things, but training wise, I know that's in my control.
Yeah.
I just pour everything into it, and then by the time I don't know, the mini cup comes around, sweet, I'll just put everything into that and make sure that I'm hitting everything perfectly. Just being as on the ball as possible, really. That's
Yeah.
it. And then
I
obviously now
think
that I've found out
sorry.
that I'm doing prep next year,
Yeah.
focal points completely switched up. And
Mm.
that's kind of taken a little bit of time to get used to. So a few weeks, months, maybe a month. And yeah, just kind of getting used to that idea. Really being on the ball, just not really having as many off plans as I would have done,
Yeah.
if any, really. And just, yeah, just being 100% on it.
Yeah. I rate that. Just with regards to just focusing on like the little things, obviously, as you say, like getting stronger. It's basically just like taking everything, like one step at a time. Like me and Brandon were saying that was it the last episode? Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Like it's almost like setting like mini goals within the process. Like
yeah,
if you're just focused on, let's say Finley just stepped off stage in 2024 and he's like, oh, my next goal's in 2027, like you're not gonna have that sense of urgency. Like you need to kind of
yeah,
set yourself many goals across the way, focus on them. Once that's ticked, you're on to the next goal, i.e., as you said, kind of training, setting yourself fucking strength goals, getting excited to go in the gym, get after it, and with that, that will kind of compound over time. Those mini wins will become big wins, which is exactly what has happened and how you've seen that progress that you've seen, which is pretty fucking cool. So I think
Yeah,
that's a
quite a
very
lot
good
of
point.
And I think when the game's so like monotonous, you've kind of got to take those mini wins because if you don't, you'll
Yeah,
just get burnt out. You just got to do that.
yeah.
100%.
That's
100%. That was a very, very good question, Lewis. Very good question, Lewis.
yeah, that
Very poorly
was.
worded.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. The intention was there. Um, I have got a very good question from Mr. Leo Hamilton. So you've got
Let's go.
you've got an £150 budget for a monthly sup order. What are you prioritizing? What is your order?
That's such a good question.
That is a very good question. Very good question. Finley, do you
Am
want
I
to
going
start?
first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go on. Go on.
£150. Um, what a month these days.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd probably end up buying with how much protein I go through. I'll probably have to buy 2 tubs. Um, two
That's
tubs of protein.
like,
So what's that like 80, 90 quid? 90 quid?
yeah, yeah. We'll say 90. We'll say 90.
Yeah, we'll say 90. And then I'd probably go some form of free. Actually, no, sorry, a pump free because I train later on at night, so I've got to get my sleep in. So it'd be some form of pump free. But I don't cheap out on free, so it end up costing me like 35 quid. So
Damn,
Yeah.
mate, you're almost done already.
yeah, I know, really boring. And then with that extra money, you have to do like creatine or something.
Yeah.
Valid. Lewis, you go.
Um, I'm just trying to think. I'll get a small tub of protein powder. Let's say that's like what, like 30.
Yeah.
Go with creatine. I'm just trying to think like what I use. An
Mm.
omega-6 as well. The train by GP ones. They're cheap. They're cheap. So I
Yeah.
rate that. Um, what else do I have? Some sort of multivitamin. Vitamin D3, K2. That's the usual sort of stack that I run. So yeah, just so basic, so plain, so boring, but the basics work.
Fair enough. My monthly order. I've had a little bit of time to think about this because I saw the question pop up. So
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. So I would get small tub of whey. So let's say that's £30. I would get creatine. Not sure how that much is going to cost. I
20.
would get glutathione max. This is a new supplement I've just added in, but I feel like it's so beneficial. Like I'm going to have it like a year round. Like I have it every single morning. Especially with just staying kind of illness free as well.
Yeah.
Obviously it's a high antioxidant, and even just when it comes to digestion as well, it's really helped with my digestion. I can actually feel the difference already. So that would be in there. Say creatine, say protein. Then I would just have my health supplements, like
Yeah.
general health supplement stack, as you said, which is I've actually got it up there. I would also have magnesium. I think that would cover it. So magnesium, multivitamin, omega, vitamin C as well. Then
hmm
vitamin D3 plus K2. I think that's about £150.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like pretty much all the supplements I use. There's maybe some other ones that I use as well, like obviously Pump Pre as well. If I
I
had
was going to say, I'm surprised neither of you had like a free workout in.
I
I'm
It's
don't
not a
really
really
bit.
use pre-workout.
pretty good.
I'm not a big pre-workout guy.
Neither am I.
I only started to use pump products like halfway through prep just to like
Mm.
help with kind of getting a pump
Blood
pretty
pressure and
much.
stuff.
Like
Yeah,
Mate,
yeah, like
I've never used a pump pre ever.
ever.
Never
get on
ever.
it. It's a game changer.
It is
Like,
Yeah.
pretty good to be fair.
really,
It's really expensive though, mate. It's really expensive.
Yeah, I've never used a pump pre.
yeah.
Mate, see for a good one, it's like £1 a serving.
Yeah, I
We'll
normally
just
get
make
the
our own.
bigger pump,
Yeah,
and
mate.
that's not cheap. That's like 35,
Yeah.
37, something like that. It's
What
not cheap.
what what pump pre do you use?
The mega pump,
Mega
concept.
pump. I've never
Yeah,
tried
yeah,
that.
I like that.
You
No,
know,
no, it's good stuff.
two pump pre's that I've tried once that have been absolutely insane both times I've used them is the engineered muscle turbo pump, I think it is called.
Yeah. I always
It
hear good
ta
things about
it tastes absolutely awful, but it's amazing. And then I'm pretty sure it's new from HR Labs, the proven, whatever.
that. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I got a sample from Pit Stop, and it's absolutely like I went into the session, I came out of it. It was actually the deep end of prep as well, and I was like, "What the fuck, mate?" Like I felt so full. Whether that's a kind of like mental, what's the word?
Placebo.
Like,
Yeah,
placebo,
I
yeah,
think there is a
placebo,
pretty big element of
100%,
like what it is
100%,
when it's really placebo,
yeah.
100%.
But I highly recommend those two. But I think that was a very good question from Leo Hammond, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Have you got any, Finley? Did you get any questions as well? Because I know you put a question box up as well.
I did, but I'm recording on my phone, so
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna
Fair
have to
enough.
try and go off the dome and just remember what somebody said. Because I had a brief look. I think somebody, I can't remember who it was. They said, uh, my memory's really not good today. I don't know. I can't remember. In fact, I might be able to have a look while I'm on my phone.
All good. All good. All good. Have you got one in the meantime? as well?
I had a question from Leo, just saying Finley's prep plans for juniors. Obviously, we've
Yeah.
kind of went over his prep plans. Obviously, returned to the stage in 2026 alongside myself, and then 2028 again. Obviously, that would be second last year as a junior because he's an '06, the same as me. I'll do 2029 juniors, which will be ages away, but still something to look forward to. But yeah, I do think that come 2028, Finley will be, gunning for cards.
Listen, mate, it's I do think that as well, but you kind of put like you can't really say that 'cause you don't know kind of what's to come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, so,
Yeah.
but talking about Leo Hamilton as well, was he doing 27?
he's in 27.
So he's in 27 as a junior, which I'm very, very excited for. Especially he's just wrapped up a diet as well.
Uh-huh.
So like, and as well, like if anyone has any recommendations for guests, I got a lot of replies. Me and Lewis put kind of
Yeah,
guest
yeah,
requests. So we have got it once again as we can discuss it. We've got a good solid network around us, and I think that'll be very cool to get some guests on. So
Is there
Finley,
anybody
did
you
you
want
get
in particular? Sorry, I was
what
just a
was
question.
it?
Is there any guests you want particularly?
So
Right.
we've had discussions with Megaton.
Oh yeah, Megatron.
Meg
Who's
yeah,
Megatron?
Megatron.
Megatron.
I
Megatron.
don't know who Megatron is. Megatron.
Yeah, I don't know.
Harley's picked up, said he wanted to come on as well.
Yeah,
And then we've also got Leo. We've got all the natural physique boys: Butcher, Noah, Josh,
yeah,
maybe even Finn.
yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
pretty
that was
much
my
like
suggestion. If you get Finn on, I think that'd be really insightful.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because obviously I spent a week with Finn and Josh in LA, which was a very good week.
Mm.
And obviously just kind of getting closer with those with like Finn as well was good as well. So, but obviously pretty much anyone in the UK bodybuilding scene, realistically, like anyone that we obviously talk to on a regular basis as well.
Yeah,
And that was kind of what would be a really good one, Mr. Jake Byers as well, Mr. Jake Byers.
yeah,
That'd be good as well. And then apologies if I'm just forgetting anyone. That was kind of the names off the top of my head. I've just been talking to the last few days. But a question that I got. Oh, first of all, did you? Oh, professional setup
Sorry,
only.
sorry.
Professional setup only.
Yeah, it's not a
Um,
monster scan. I call it.
what flavor monster? Is it white monster by any chance?
Nah, nah, it's Ultra Rosa.
Uh, I actually prefer that to a white monster.
I like the
Yeah, it's
red
not
one,
bad.
the one that Physique Club does.
The red
Ultra
one.
red, is it?
I don't think I've
Yeah,
tried that.
It's
Are
peak.
you? Are
it's
you a
not
big?
bad. I
Are
don't
you a
know.
big? Are you a big monster drinker?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, I am.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to get out of it a little bit. I'm trying to get into coffees. Um,
Mm,
yeah,
I
I'm a
hate
coffee machine.
coffee.
I hate coffee as well.
I tried it the other day. Me and Ellie went to B&M to get like a coffee selection box thing, and I was genuinely trying so hard to like it, and I drank it, and I just started coughing, man. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's shit. It just has like that kind of like bitter taste to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just shit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I brought back some ghost cans and what's the
Oh,
American
the
brand called?
gorilla thing.
The Gorilla Mind. I've still
Oh
got
yeah,
to
yeah,
try them. But I'm on a caffeine detox because towards the back end of prep, like for me this is a lot, but I would have like 3 monsters a week, which is like 3 monsters than I would usually have, you know what I'm saying? But like that was a lot for me because like my caffeine tolerance is like so low, mate. Like if I had a monster, like I'll be like pinging, like I'll be off my head. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep my caffeine tolerance as low as possible because realistically, see when you do that, like you utilize caffeine better. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
actually
you're more
feel the
sensitive to
caffeine.
it.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. So anyway, did you get your questions up?
yeah, yeah. Sorry. So
Yeah, all good.
one was from Mr. Gabriel. Uh, what's his surname?
N Niger.
Niger? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Niger. Um,
Mm,
yeah, make sure we get that right. But he just asked, would you step into classic physique before your time in teens/juniors is done? So yes, is the answer to that. We covered that. Wanted to do maybe not a classic show in teens, maybe I'm not too sure actually to be honest, but definitely one when I'm in like the junior age bracket. So
yeah, yeah,
that'd be cool. But I think what it also does is it kind of eliminates that maybe the potential lack of muscle against older guys because classic physique is like structurally
yeah,
there's more
yeah,
focus on structure, and if you have it, you've got it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's other factors that can like play around, so like muscle, but there's not as much of a focal point on it. So yeah, I'm gonna do classic in junior and then maybe in teens, but as far as I'm aware, no. So yeah, that's what I would say to that.
Lovely stuff.
I also got a question from Mr. Tom Palmer for myself. Not really a question, but he just wants to know if I'm documenting my journey on the YouTube, which I will be
Oh,
doing. I've thought about this a lot actually.
yeah.
And
Actually, did you not like go to like video a
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah, I
video?
seen it on your private story.
Yeah, I remember your close friends, you were like trying to film like after your session you just kept stuttering.
oh yeah, no, I can't talk at the best of times. So if you
We've
catch
all
me
been
just
there,
like
man.
training legs,
Yeah.
we're not like in a good state
Mhm.
to record a YouTube video. Clearly, I think I had about 20 videos there, and all of them just flopped because I just can't
Nah,
talk to a camera with training legs.
I think that's a good idea though, like, especially when prep's right around the corner, like start to get kind of YouTube videos out. I think it'd be good
Yeah,
to document your
and I
prep.
do enjoy making YouTube videos. In fairness, like I feel like you can kind of convey your point a lot, and you can
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of what do you call it, like relate and talk to a community rather than just maybe like an Instagram post or something. Not that you
100%.
can't
Yeah.
do Instagram, but on YouTube you can actually build somewhat of a following and people that are interested in you better.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I really want to do that, and I will do that. So yeah, and then my only other question was blue spread, which will not be happening. So
Sick. Sick.
Blue spread.
Sick.
so, yeah.
As well, like, what is your like career plans in the future? Are you in uni at the minute?
You,
No, I'm doing an apprenticeship at the minute.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I work, yeah, work 9 to 8, so 8 to 4, 9 to 5, whatever.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday. Yeah.
Do you have like aspirations to like maybe do something regarding kind of bodybuilding related career wise, or are you kind
Oh
of
yeah, yeah, 100%.
yeah,
That is kind of ideally the long-term goal, but I don't really want to force it because I'm in a good
yeah, yeah.
position where I am at the minute. I'm working towards a qualification. I'm still able to do my bodybuilding. I'm still able to fund it. I don't really want to rush that and force something that's not necessarily a guarantee when I've already got a good thing going.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll come when it comes. I'm not stressed.
100%.
All I'm thinking about at the minute is being a good bodybuilder and just enjoying the process.
Yeah.
So
Mate, I
yeah,
think that is such a good kind of like
yeah,
approach to it
a very
because
mature outlook.
yeah,
mm,
like people don't realize that yes, you may have a passion for bodybuilding, but that doesn't mean that, you're going to be able to, within a year or two have a career in it, even if you
Yeah,
want it. Like that, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time,
yeah,
and what you should be focusing on is literally, as you said, literally just being the best bodybuilder you can be, learning as much as possible. Like, I truly believe that obviously, if you ever want to get into like coaching in the future, like if that is
mm,
something that you have kind of your eyes on, like you'll have like a good 4 or 5 years of experience, two preps under your belt. Like you'll have a lot of knowledge with that as well, which is very cool. So I 100% think that's the right mindset. So a question that I got is, how do I get as classic as Mr. Thornton? Was the question.
and you just pull some vacuums and bullshit some shots. That's how you do it. That's about it really. Or maybe look at the floor. Looking at the floor is a good one.
Mm, mm.
Or like
throw
look
your
at
hands up
Skyfall.
and look at the floor.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
And in all
Skyfall, look at the
se
floor, full of vacuum.
yeah, in all seriousness, did you do like anything different to kind of once you came out your 2023 season, knowing that you kind of had classic aspirations? Did anything change in your split to kind of favor that? I guess like there's not much differences realistically, especially when it comes to training. Like your goal is to put on as much muscle as possible. There's not really it realistically mostly is genetic and kind of structure based. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like you do have that kind of small waist, especially when you do that vacuum, like your lats fucking just
Mm.
sweep out so well, and which kind of allows that kind of classic-ish look. Um, but is there anything that you did even discuss with Finn to kind of change within your process to be a little bit more classic?
Well, to be honest with you, like classic was never a goal. It was just something that I enjoyed and kind of grew into as I got bigger.
Mhm.
So maybe like throughout my off season, as I put on more muscle, I'd hit a couple shots and I'd be like, that looks all right. And then the further I got into my off season, they just progressively get looking better. And then I could maybe hit a couple more different shots. And then by the time the mini cut came around, which was the main kind of signaling for classic, if you like, I could actually hit some of these shots and think, you know, I look
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
objectively, I look not naff. So I kind of just lent into it and then practiced my posing a little bit more. And I'm not saying like my posing is great, or I'm not like the classic guy. There's better people than me, obviously. Um, but kind of there's definitely something there to work with. And just trying to lean into that and just see how it goes come classic show days, really, and just see how we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
I think as
that'll be
well with
very good.
Yeah, I think as well with Classic, like obviously the UK DFB as well, the change that they've made going into their Classic categories is that posing that actually gets judged, which I am
Yeah,
very
I saw
excited to, and
It
I do
makes
think
sense.
100%. Like I
mm,
was about to say, like Classic, a lot of it is to do with your posing and how you
Mm.
pose your body, how you pose
mm,
your waist, etc., to look more classic, to enhance that shape a little bit more.
yeah,
But I do think that is a kind of like tip if we were trying to make that question as educational as possible, is especially if you have classic aspirations, getting your posing down, practicing your
mm,
posing has a lot to do with it. And even now, federations actually now judging your posing, which just kind
mm.
of exaggerates that kind of point there. So. Very, very cool. Have you got any more questions as well?
Yeah, kind of on the topic of that, Noah Campbell, Noah Natural Physique, has asked any federations you find yourself lean towards. And he says, i.e. the WNBF because of classic era.
Um, yeah, WNBF. WNBF is my like favorite federation out of all of the ones I've seen, so I've done.
Yeah,
Not only just for the classic, but I think just how they're like run in the production. I think that's just cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, WNBF is definitely. But the classic thing is pretty cool after seeing um, Thornton, Petru, like those
Yep.
guys. Seeing that last year, that's kind of really I think put classic on the map in a sense.
yeah,
For the WNBF, and I think WNBF is probably the route to go. So that would be my favorite federation of the classic. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
this is the first year that they've had a pro classic physique. So that's kind
Mm,
of like obviously if you have like especially me and Lewis have talked about this, but we do feel like and we have goals obviously to compete in the WNBF long term. And I think for natural bodybuilding that is the kind of
the pinnacle.
largest, yeah, the pinnacle. That's exactly the pinnacle of natural bodybuilding, kind of going down that WNBF pro route. Obviously, you have now the natural IIBB route, which is pretty cool to feel like. Obviously, we've got. Next Olympia, we'll have a natural physique competitor in there, which is pretty cool. And obviously, that if you have
oh,
aspirations to, yeah, like because if you win the what's the show called, the Ben Wielder show,
Ben
Yeah,
Weeder.
done.
uh, yeah, if you win that classic class, you get an Olympia qualification, which is obviously cool. But realistically, like as a classic athlete, you're obviously not going to be winning the Olympia, but it'll obviously be cool to go to the Olympia in itself.
Yeah,
But I do still feel like even with that, the WNBF is going to have the highest caliber of athletes, and even for the first classic show, it was a very competitive pro show. Like Petru came fifth.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that's long term a pretty cool kind of goal to have. And honestly, mate, I'm not sure if you heard us, but me and Lewis were saying, maybe even next season in the junior, like you definitely have a pro worthy physique, and I think that would be a kind of cool goal to have, and especially hopefully you'll be documenting that whole process on your YouTube as well, which would be pretty cool to
Yeah.
see. But yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty cool. I just got a question. What is Finley's next compete? We obviously kind of went over your competitive goals, but that's pretty much all the kind of good questions I had, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, is PCA Naturals 3 you look to do as well?
Um, yes, kind of, but it's more so just a case of being in that time frame.
Yeah, just
Um,
seeing where you land, and
just
obviously if
seeing where I land
just
and
whatever
what I want
show
to do.
sort of fits the
Yeah,
look.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's not like I'd be. I think any show after that show after you have England. So I don't know
yeah,
what it is, but any show after that, I think it's just a case of doing it because it's there.
yeah. I
Um,
think
so
PCA
just doing
93, I think it's 203 days away. I think that's what that says.
appreciate that.
So you'd be classic there. Yeah, junior classic.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Did he
Yeah,
do
I'd be,
junior classic in PCA? Yeah.
yeah, I
yeah. I
believe
think
so.
so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think so. I don't know, maybe
I,
maybe it's just classic. I don't know.
I was because I was thinking back to the
No, I know you've got me thinking that actually.
because I did the PCA Natural Free. I don't think they did a junior classic. I feel like they just had junior short. I think they do it in high classes. So I think they just had the high classes. I don't think they had a junior classic class, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're right actually.
Well, whatever. I'll do classic. think it's just
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we'll just do a classic there. I'll be
Yeah,
junior bodybuilding at PC 93. So that'd be pretty cool.
very cool.
Yeah, yeah. You should come up for the BNBF as well, I reckon.
What
Come
are
up for
you doing BMS?
the BNBF Scottish.
I was meant to come up to that this year, but I couldn't for I don't know why I couldn't do, but I couldn't, and I wanted to because it looked really cool, and you had all the boys down, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that was really good.
That was a very
So
cool, like, me and Lewis were talking about this, but like, I got a question regarding kind of my most enjoyable shows. Like, that was up there
mm,
100%, like, just with
yeah,
everyone
yeah,
being there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cove was there. Who else came? Was it just Cove that travelled down?
Jake, Finley
Jake?
Ledingham,
Was Jake there?
Connor. Yeah, Jake was there. Your client Ross, literally everyone was there.
Yeah, yeah, like, it was very cool, and obviously like to win that class as well was pretty cool as well, and obviously like to step into that overall as well, like a really competitive overall. Like we had what's that Scottish guy called? The guy that
Anthony
won the overall.
Stickins.
Yeah, he's insane.
he's
And then
Yeah.
yeah, and then there was a few German classic guys who looked fucking insane. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
so there
sure
was actually.
they all came together and they're all coached by this one guy. It was a big fucking German show in Scotland. It was very
Yeah.
strange. But the BNBF Scottish, like I feel like it is a cool show, especially for yourself. Like obviously you live down in England and you'll be doing English shows, but to like go to another country to compete is pretty cool. Just for
Mhm.
that kind of experience as well. So I definitely would recommend doing the BMS Scottish.
And
You
you'd be
know,
up here with us as well. I think that'd
exactly,
be.
exactly.
You can always shoot Leo a message as well to stay in his house.
that is one thing I kind of miss. I don't have around here is kind of that community aspect of
Yeah.
people like you up in Scotland. I think that's really cool. Very fortunate, if anything, to be
Yeah, I
honest, that
know.
you're
We are
in the
very
same
lucky.
in the same passion, similar age. So that's really cool. And you all come to each other's shows. Like I remember when I went to the PCA, was it '93 in Kettering? Was it three?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Literally,
94,
you
that's it,
all
yeah.
just turned up like a little call. It's cool.
yeah, yeah.
You
We
all
literally
like
had like
cheering each other on when you were on stage. Like when you were on stage, Brandon, it was like literally natural physique, just in the corner, just shouting.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool. Like once again, like we talked about this last episode, but like the best shows and the best experiences is when you have that support system there and you just enjoy the day. Like it's very cool. And obviously, like as you can discuss it, I think that's something very like, a good conversation to get into is how lucky and fortunate we are here in Scotland to have such a good group of people who like me and Lewis literally live 5 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
I could literally go outside my house, walk to his house, and film the rest of the episode at his house. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how close we
Yeah.
are, which is like very cool and like obviously just being friends out with bodybuilding as well. Like it's just we are very
Yeah,
fortunate for that, and we have had many conversations discussing that, and we have talked about obviously you, Matt, Matt Cove, Cyrus, like yous are kind of like a little bit separate. You know what I'm saying? Like the
yeah,
kind
we're
of
all down south, kind of on our ones
yeah,
that we're doing.
yeah, yeah, and it's like obviously like it doesn't necessarily change how much progress you make or anything, but like again, it just does make it more enjoyable when you're in the gym with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
boys, you're training with the boys.
yeah.
Like it's a good atmosphere, and it's very cool to
Yeah.
kind of catch up with everyone, and also
Yeah,
we
and
have
you
the
like
natural,
understand each other, I guess. So like if when you go out for food and stuff, and you're like, oh
yeah,
no, I
yeah,
can't, reckon, or whatever reason it may be. Like there's been
yeah,
times where I've had to turn up to tables with Tupperware and I felt like a proper like no, like the odd
yeah,
one out, you know.
yeah. I
I
remember.
guess you don't really have
Yeah,
that
when I
experience.
used to work part time, like last year or 2 years ago, like every single time on break when I worked at Tupperware, I would
Oh,
just get
mate.
questions and questions. It's
Oh
honestly it's the most irritating thing ever. Like,
yeah,
so I used to work at McDonald's, right? McDonald's, okay. I worked at Tupperware for chicken and rice. Everyone else at the table is eating McDonald's, and I'm the one getting judged.
yes,
Like, it's
crazy.
crazy. It's crazy. But that just goes to show, like, like especially like if you know you're eating clean, you're following the plan. Like, who gives a
Mm,
fuck what other people are doing? Like, there's literally 10 people eating McDonald's next to me, and they're judging me. Like, that just goes to show kind of how
mm,
strange the kind of outlook on being healthy and looking after yourself is, because it's not kind of normalized in a sense.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because if you think about it, all bodybuilding is literally just you being healthy, looking after your body, feeling your body. Like that's literally all it is.
mm.
So yeah, I think that's a good conversation to have. But have you got any more questions, Lewis, off the top of your head
Uh,
or for your
I,
Instagram?
I do, I do, I do. My last question from Megatron. On
Hmm.
average, how many times does the smelling salts come out during a session?
Ah, I've actually lost them recently.
Have
Fuming.
you?
Well,
Damn.
what I did was I was about to go into a deadlift set. I've sniffed him obviously, and I've just launched him across the gym. Um, And I've like, so I've like gone to another exercise, forgot, so I've gone to go sniff my smelling salts, get them out of my bag, and I can't find them. Somebody's nicked them. Like they're just not where I threw them from the previous exercise after my deadlift. So I've
Brandon
got to
Dockett
find
started
them
screen
all.
sharing. Oh, here we go.
I'm trying to find a video of the smelling salts, but I can't find one.
But yeah, I think when I actually had them on up days, probably like 4 or 5 exercises.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I was saying this on before we started the pod. Like, does that not like absolutely just bury you? Like, do you not just like feel
yeah,
fucked after a
yeah,
set?
yeah.
Like,
I had to tone it down a little bit because it does bury you if you like it. You kind of, I don't want to say you rely on them, but it's you kind of do in a way. It's
yeah,
like that instant hit of adrenaline, um,
yeah,
and you almost feel like you need it to get hyped up for a set, and then let's say your set doesn't go as well as you wanted it to, you didn't get that extra rep or it didn't feel as good, then you're like really pissed off and you're just anxious the whole session. It's just not
yeah,
really
yeah,
a good way to go about your training. They are very useful, to be fair, like using them every once in a while, and I would recommend them for maybe your big compounds, deadlifts, your hinges or whatever. But things like I got into a bit of a rhythm where I'd use it. I think I used it at one point for a cable lateral raise. Like, how daft is that?
that is fucking crazy.
I got a PB,
Um,
like I got a PB, but it won't work.
yeah, fair enough. Have you ever tried smelling salts, Lewis?
I have when I first started training, we touched on this in like one of the early episodes. I used to just train on a Friday with like this old powerlifter guy, and I used to smelling salts before like maxing out when I was like 15. But like I'm not a fan of smelling salts to be honest. It kind of takes me out of where I want to be. Like you see me, see when I put chalk on my hands, I smell the chalk. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
to me, that's just like a watered down smelling salt. Like
Yeah,
and that allows me I smell that and it's the same sort of thing. Like it gives you that shock and it's to me that's like I smell that and you know my brain's familiarized with it with that being linked to just game time. But I think smelling salts are like they hit me like a fucking train, man. Like
I was saying this
just
to
like
yeah, I
so
was saying this to Brandon before the episode started that I actually when I first started taking them used to start crying. So I
like
sniff and start crying, and then my set just turned to shit. So it actually took some kind of familiarizing. But
yeah.
yeah, like you get used
I,
to it and stuff.
I've never tried them, but I feel like it would do the exact same for me. Like, it would just be too much. Like, I would get like, because I can without a smelling salt, I can get zoned in for a set like easily enough. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I can get up for like I don't
Yeah,
need a
we
smelling
used to
salt for that.
switch it on so hard during the off
Yeah,
season, man. We'd be
yeah,
crying on the sets and stuff like that.
mate.
Yeah,
Seeing the pro life days, like me and Josh, like there was literally sessions where like Josh would go in for a deadlift set and he would literally like be in tears after it. Like
Yeah,
it was literally like that, and like especially I would literally be doing hat squat sets and I would literally be crying during my set. Like
yeah.
and like to a certain extent, like that is a little bit too much. However, like I fucking progressed that set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
it
actually
was
get
so fun, but it binged you
yeah
so
yeah
fucking hard. You can't do anything for the rest of the day.
yeah
Like it
like
binge you. Like that
like
affects like next training days, even if it's not, localized fatigue, that fatigue is so unbelievably like present on your central nervous system. It's just it's not worth it realistically.
yeah, and
it's
that's
not even that though. You're anxious for like your next set, like next week,
Yeah,
because you
yeah
know what you've got to do in order to progress it, or at least you think you do. It's like
yeah.
I'm
yeah
it's like half the time to start crying in order to progress this.
Yeah, like
Like
you need to standardize that level of
yeah,
like tears, emotion, it's
yeah.
that was like literally the hardest part of like my Monday leg session. Trying to get myself like so amped up, like creating fake scenarios in my head just to fucking, get
listen
some
to that
tears out.
JP audio,
Yeah,
Prime JP audio.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Prime JP audio.
I
Oh,
used to cry to that. Oh
Like,
the
my
in this
god.
shot one.
see, like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I have learned from all season to like see if you actually want to progress as much as possible. Like that is not sustainable long term. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and that's not how I train now. Like maybe every now and then there might be a set where it's like that, but like it's not on a regular basis because it's simply just too much. Like you're not actually able to get maybe from that set you might be able to push the limits and give 100%, but see for the rest of the sets it's going to affect the rest of the session because you're actually going to be fucked. And especially if you're doing that in like, every single week, like the amount of anxiety I had going into a Monday leg session, like when I was in my off season, like when I trained in pro life, was like insane. Like I would literally like almost like feel sick. Like I would I remember I would literally be getting my squat shoes on, my knee sleeves on, and I'd literally have like butterflies. Like I was so anxious. I was like
yeah.
I was like how in the fuck am I going to get a +1 this week? And to a certain extent, like that is a very, I feel like you almost not you don't need to do that, but like having that kind of foundation of when you first train, like it really sets yourself up for
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
progress.
that's
Like
what I
once
was going
again,
to say. I was thinking, like, to a certain extent, don't you think you actually have to almost have to do that
yeah,
just to
Oh yeah,
build that
100%. Yeah.
foundation of strength?
and then you learn from it. It's like at the
Mm.
start, like not being meticulous is actually going to result in more progress in a way, and not being
Hmm.
perfect. But then
Don't
once you
work on
learn, yeah, once you learn how to train hard, once you went through that phase, then you can sort of kind of that, take a step back, analyze, improve your process from there. But I feel like that initial kind of even first years of your training realistically, see if you just simply just get strong. Like once again, we went over your off season, like how you went about
it.
this off season. You've literally just
Yeah,
been fucking almost training like an absolute Mongol, like Mongol strength, smelling salts, fucking smelling
yeah,
salts and lat raises. Like you've just got strong. You know what I'm saying? It's resulted in a lot of progress. So, um. And even people like Keefe, for example, like he still trains like that. He's literally all he focuses on is just getting fucking strong,
yeah.
and that results in a lot of progress. So yeah, any more topics, questions? Anyone wants to
I
kind of dive into?
I do think you were bang on there, Finley. You're just saying you need to make those mistakes of like like pushing the boundaries. Even like within like an off season, you need to at one point in your life, get pretty soft, push the boundaries with
Yeah,
regards to obviously strength, because realistically that's what builds muscle. Like not see, I didn't really get that soft in my off season, but when you look back, I'm like, fuck, I was kind of fat, but not on the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that bad. But realistically, for most people, especially in their early years, I do think there's so many benefits to just pushing the boundaries, even if it does result in you getting a little bit softer. Because I do think the benefits with regards to like from a hypertrophy standpoint is a lot more beneficial than just it's a lot more positive than the negative of like having to stay in a deficit for like a few extra weeks at the end of it to take off the 3, 4, 5 kilos extra. I do think, as I say, the positives outweigh the negatives like by a long while, especially at
Yeah.
like, the start of your training.
another question for Finley as well. In your peak off season as well, like this off season, obviously you just wrapped up your diet.
Mm.
How much weight did you gain after prep? Like the difference between lows of prep to peak off season, and how kind of soft did you get in your off season? Did you kind of push the boat with that, or did you kind of stay relatively lean?
Um, so I would have gained from my lowest of prep.
Yeah,
So what's that, 22 kilos. So,
22
so I went
kilos.
from 68 to 90, or well, 90.7, whatever 200 pounds is. I remember hitting 200 pounds, taking a photo, and then just started
Yeah,
dieting the next day. But or losing weight the next day anyway. But yeah, I didn't get particularly soft. Like I didn't get fat, but
Yeah, I know.
I could start to see myself. Like I may be potentially getting a bit of a double chin, certain like
hmm,
lights. I wasn't pushing it. But I wasn't too concerned. Like I was always more bothered about the training.
yeah,
That's what I care
100%.
about, and that's at the end of the day, it's kind of it's my favorite part of this process as a whole. So if I'm strong, I'm happy. If I'm not good, I'm
Yeah,
happy. Whatever, I don't care. I don't really care. It's just I enjoy the extremities of each phase, and whatever I have to do to get there, just a byproduct of it. If I'm fat, if I'm strong, we're laughing.
Yeah,
So I wasn't really fussed, to be
yeah.
honest.
I think it's a good
100%.
way to look at it.
Yeah, I feel
Like
like
just as there you go.
sorry, just talking about the extremities, like see when you are someone who like thrives at the extremities, like I feel like those are the people who make the most progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
100%. But that's kind of what I want to touch on. Lewis?
Yeah, like literally as you were saying that you're most happy gaining. I feel like a lot of people could learn from that instead of just, attaching, as we were saying before in the last episode, attaching self-worth to, how lean you are, but
Mm,
instead obviously focusing on literally, as you say, like, getting in, getting strong, you're laughing. Like that is realistically what allows you to bring a good physique when the time does come to be lean. Literally spending the time literally walking, was it walking? No, what crawling before you can run, sort of stuff.
Crawling before you can
mm,
walk, I think it is.
That's the one.
No, walking before you can run, I think it is. No, yeah, walk before you run, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. But basically, just doing what needs to be done first instead of trying to look ahead. You know,
yeah, yeah.
that's the that is the point that we were trying to get at there.
Yeah, nah,
But
perfect. But Very exciting year ahead for you, Finley. Honestly, I think that's pretty much like everything I personally wanted to go
Yeah.
over. Kind of touching on your last season, the progress you made. Like once again, mate, like you've made a lot of fucking progress. Like how long was your off season? Like weeks or months?
It would have been 8 months,
Fucking
I
hell,
think.
mate.
That's
So
That
that's a
I kind of
short time for how much fucking you progressed.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I genuinely think it boils down to my training style. So before I signed up with Finn, my training style was completely different. I literally trained for feeling, like just internal
Mhm.
feel stimulus, like a pump. It was like I barely gained a lot of a foundation, but nowhere near what I've done in this time with Finn.
Yeah.
And I do think that's down to my training style and kind of pushing the boundary, if you like, as cheesy as that is, but just like pushing myself and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
lifting weight that I didn't really think I could have done. So I pin it down to that.
That's like once again, mate, like trial and error. Like you are your own experiment in a sense. Like
Mm.
you've obviously found that the training style that you do now is fucking works well for you.
Yeah,
And the past training styles might not be the best. Which is really cool to see. So that is yeah, that's pretty cool. You made a shit ton of progress in 8 months. I'm very very excited to see. Follow both
Yeah.
of your preps along as well. Obviously, hopefully you step on the same stage, which
Yeah,
would
we
be
will
pretty
do.
that would be pretty
I'm
cool
looking
to
forward to
see.
that. That'll be really really cool.
Yeah, I actually
I
can't wait
genuinely
for that.
like to.
Like
I honestly think like seeing a familiar face, somebody that you know backstage, will just make it so much better.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I competed with obviously I knew Drew, I knew like
Andre.
Andre.
Yeah.
Like it is pretty cool being on stage with like your friends, someone you know, etc. And it's just a cool experience. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a good length of a podcast. We dived into a lot of
Yeah,
topics.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on, Finley. We would love to have you on
no
maybe
problem.
even after your prep or maybe even after like if you do the same show, maybe like the week after that we can kind
Like
of
a
dive
wrap
into
up of
like
the
Yeah,
show,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like I
that'd
think
be
that'll
cool.
be good. So 100% have you back on. Very good episode as always. If you've not already, follow Mr. Finley's journey, and hopefully he'll be documenting his process over on his YouTube as well,
Yeah.
documenting his prep. So that is all from mine. Lewis, do you have anything to say?
That is superbly wrapped up from Mr. Brandon Docherty, and as he says, it's going to be very very exciting. Watching Finley's prep unfold over the course of next year. So yeah, I look forward to it.
Bosh. Any final words, Finley,
Thank you.
before we wrap up?
No, no, just thank you for having me on.
No
I'm
worries at all.
honoured to be the first guest.
We love it.
And
Well,
I say that jokingly, but I actually am. Like, I
Yeah,
appreciate it massively.
sick.
Cool.
Well, thank you very much for coming on again. That is episode. What episode are we on now? Six. Six. Episode six wrapped up. First guest. Successful episode as always and a very good conversation. We shall see you next week for episode seven. And if you do want a certain guest on as well, please do recommend. And before we go, Finley, do you have any guests that you would like to see on Inside the Process?
Um, all the ones you listed are good. I personally, I don't know, maybe Noah Campbell. He's funny.
No,
He's a good.
Campbell.
He's a good.
yeah,
Actually, very good because he's also just started his YouTube channel and he's got a very exciting
Mm,
prep coming on as well. So, Noah
yeah,
Campbell, if you're listening, you should have a message within the next few weeks to come on
yeah.
the podcast. So that's all.
Well,
Goodbye, and we shall see you next week.